I want to say that last week we got into the and I just want to say this New Hartford thing. It is true. My wife is a teacher, and I'm probably biased. But it's not the fact that she's a teacher that is what inspires me here. It is the fact that my daughter is a student there, and I want to make sure that and. I just feel that they have such opportunity over there. The school does so well. They're highly ranked. They win awards. And we're hearing about budgets being cut, larger class sizes, teachers being laid off, all of this stuff. It is alarming. And I think parents should be alarmed. So on Friday, I'd received word, and this was somebody saying, I think they're going to respond to your commentary this week. I'll call it that. And I don't know if it was any response to what I have said or just what others are saying, but there's worry out there right now. So I just want to quickly go through these. They put out a graph, which I think, if you're going to respond, give us some information, some real meat. Instead, it's just, kind of brushing along the surface here. What you need to know to stay informed, fiction versus fact. So I'm going to, there's fiction, there's fact, and then I'll give you my facts. All right. So first, it's inevitable. Deep cuts to sports programs and teaching jobs are coming. Fact is, programs will not be cut. Traditional class sizes will be maintained. Administrative and staffing reductions will occur through retirements and enrollment declines. I guess the only thing I'd say is, why then did you tell the teachers, or at the very least did the union tell the teachers, impending layoffs and program cuts and large class sizes? This is what the teachers were told. I'd hate to produce the letter, but if they'd like, we'd produce the letter that was sent to teachers. This is what's caused this. And maybe that's the way they're negotiating, kind of playing hardball. Well, that stuff's going to get out. You can't be surprised. So your fact versus fiction is a little distorted, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm sorry.
Sure.
If that came from the union, though.
What I'm saying is it's what the teachers were told. So that did come from the union. And are you saying that the union came out and the union is lying to its members?
No, I'm just saying that information didn't necessarily come from
the district.
I'm not saying they're lying. Maybe it did. I'm just saying
I think I made that point clear. I thought I did anyway, but you've clarified it even further.
Sorry, go ahead.
New Hartford Central School isn't close to settling a contract with teachers. I'm not sure we said that. As a matter of fact, on Friday I said, word is there's a deal that's been cut, and they've confirmed that. The District and Teachers Association have recently reached a tentative agreement awaiting ratification. Another point, a lack of New York State Foundation aid that pays for programs and people who run them affects all schools equally. I never said that.
No.
Never said that.
No.
Never said that. You're living in a fantasy world if you think I did. What I said is, and this is where they're playing with words, what I said is, why is it the same foundation formula exists throughout the state? Why is it that Whitesboro or Holland Patton or other school districts, Clinton Central, they're not threatening layoffs, and they're not threatening a contract situation with their teachers. They're not threatening larger class sizes, etc. Why are they not in a fiscal, what is it called? It's fiscally stressed is where New Hartford is right now. So why, based on the fact that New Hartford has such high property values and high taxes, why is New Hartford in this situation and other schools in the area are not, who receive the very similar situation as New Hartford? Now, understandable, Utica's in a different boat. Schools on Long Island, much different. Our schools are underfunded. There's no doubt about it. I never said what they're claiming that was said. So whatever their fiction is, it's fictitious because it never came out of my mouth. What I am saying is parents and teachers and everyone should take a look at New Hartford and ask the question, why are you in fiscal distress and Holland Patton isn't? Why are you in fiscal distress and Clinton is not? And Whitesboro and other schools that are similar and have similar situations financially. Why are you in such fiscal distress? Could it be that it was not managed properly? That's all I'm at. It's a question that people should ask. A lack of New York State Foundation aid that pays for programs does affect other schools similarly to New Hartford, especially like schools in our area. Solid budget information is hard to find. They're saying the budget is up on their website, and they actually have a link there, which is really nice. I did point out that there's a typo in their graphic, which, to me, kind of compounds the need for teachers to proofread this stuff for Gazelle. And New Hartford Central School is the only school in the area that faces funding challenges. Again, I never said that. What I said is, based on the formula, based on the funding, based on the shortcomings that every district has, they've been able to raise their fund balance. Other schools are not in a fiscal distress situation. That's all I'm saying. Why is New Hartford in a fiscally stressed situation and others that are similar not? That's what I had said.
Somebody reached out to me over the weekend and had brought up to me, and I didn't know why this wasn't more publicized, but...
Well, we don't know if it's true, though.
Well, I have it from a good source in the town of New Hartford that it is true.
Okay.
Okay, I'll explain. Go ahead.
The New Hartford School District had to pay back the Sangertown Square Mall.
Oh, no, that is absolutely
the
true.
Onondagas, and I think...
But do you know how much?
I think...
over $6 million.
Oh, it's a lot of money. This is why New Hartford's in a fiscal stress. The question is, if you could have... Did you... And I asked this question, I haven't gotten an answer to yet, and I think they should answer this. They didn't put it on their graph. Did you raise up to your fund balance year 1, 2, 3, 4 leading up to right now? Because you have to have a fund balance, and you have to prepare for the future when something like this happens, a miscalculation, and you don't catch it, and you end up losing in court, and you have to pay this money back. That's what's causing all of this, folks. Andrew's absolutely right. That is true. It's absolutely true. But were you prepared? You should have been prepared. You should have raised money in order to make sure that you could pay for this.
Well,
so there's a truth to it.
So then asking the question, though, why are they fiscally stressed? That's the reason.
One would say that is the reason. But if you handle yourself like other districts do, you raise the money needed and you have something standing. Utica's going through the same thing, right? You have a lawsuit. You want to have a fund balance. The mayor is saying we have to make sure that we have enough money in that on reserve in case there's a situation.
And when the county and the town have had to have paid back those businesses too. It's not just the school district.
Correct.
So
the
county would, Oneida County would have to, and the town of New Hartford would have to pay.
I don't know
back,
how that completely works, but I will tell you though. I asked the question last week, and it was based on that issue. Did you raise up to your tax cap? Which I don't know the answer to this. Did you raise money to be able to account for something like this happening? And that's the fiscally responsible thing to do, so that when you come into a situation like this, you're not looking at a $900,000 gap in your budget. Now, I believe they have it down to like $500,000 now. That's still a lot of money. So if in the last 5 years you incrementally raise taxes to be able to increase your fund budget, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out you have a slush fund here to take care of the problem. Mismanagement would be my question. Is this improper planning? Again, a question. I'm just asking a question. And I think parents and teachers should ask those questions. Because right now it's the students and the teachers and the faculty that are the ones that are going to end up kind of suffering from all of this.
How is it?
And by the way, if you knew this was all going on, why rush? I'm sorry. This is just a fair question. Why rush? When there were 2 years left on Bob Knoll's contract, why in March of last year did you rush to cut a new deal? Knowing this is coming. Why would you do that?
I mean, even
just asking the question, folks. It's just a fair question.